Halloween might be over, but that does not mean that we can't have a spooky house in The Sims, okay? Because I decided that I wanted to build a spooky, abandoned, haunted house, right? And some bad stuff must have gone on in this place because it's not like a nightmare house. You know, there aren't like a million things strewn on the floor. It's not like crazily infested with roaches or anything bad. It's just kind of dirty, filled with cobwebs, you know, some cracks on the wall, mold. No one's been here for a long time because someone's been there, but they're not alive. If you know what I mean. It's haunted. That's what I'm talking about. But it's like this old kind of farm style house in the middle of nowhere in Windenburg down this long dirt road. And then you walk up to this like creepy old house that's all cracked and covered in dirt and stuff. I had so much fun building this because it's fun to build kind of like a fantasy home, right? Where it's like, what happened here? Who used to live here? Why did they die? You know? And I did some really spooky things on the inside. There's kind of a storyline. I don't know why they stopped living here. Presumably they just kind of died off, the old people that used to live here. It was like some grandma, you know, except she never had grandkids because her kids died. Here's the story, right? So there's like 2 bedrooms for kids and then 1 master bedroom in this house. There's 3 bedrooms upstairs. And one of the bedrooms is completely empty except for 1 bassinet in the back corner and like some spider webs, right? Because the baby that used to live there died. And it gets kind of dark, okay? I'm sorry. But the baby died, and so they sold all the furniture and so, like, got rid of the furniture except for the bassinet because they couldn't bring themselves to get rid of the crib, you know, because it's the baby's crib. And they kind of just, like, stuffed it in the corner and then never used that room again. It was empty forever because they couldn't bring themselves to go back in there. So there's, like, this freaky empty bedroom with just a bassinet in the corner and, like, a little toy in the crib because kind of freaky, right? But in my head, the baby, it got swept away by a tornado. I don't know. It's not, like, violent. I don't want to, like, say it got murdered, because that's freaky. Like, we don't kill babies. We just, have them get swept away by tornadoes. But, like, the people that used to live here, they had in their head, they're like, yeah, no, it's still alive, and, like, believed that wholeheartedly for years, and they just lived here, kept waiting for the baby to come back, and then obviously it never did, because, like, swept away by tornado, and it's kind of sad and kind of dark, but I figure the people that used to live here ended up dying in this house, and now they're still here waiting, haunting it. Ooh, isn't that freaky? Yeah, I know. You're welcome. I'm sorry. Family channel, by the way. But I built this kind of cute little farmhouse. I think it'd be fun to renovate and turn into, like, not a freaky, moldy, scary, broken house. But for now, it's freaky, moldy, and scary. There's, like, dead trees in the front of it and stuff. I mean, it's definitely not a pleasant place to live. But I had a lot of fun building it. I literally just Googled abandoned house, and then I used some reference pics, and then I built this one. I used a lot of vampire stuff to, like, furnish the outside and things like that. Vampire windows. And I feel like it turned out really well. I'd love to see how you guys renovate this, because this could be, like, a really cute little cottage kind of house living out here in the back of Windenburg. But as of right now, it is not cute or a cottage. I considered putting it in Forgotten Hollow because it was like, ooh, spooky, Forgotten Hollow. But then I was like, no, it's way more fun to have it be in Windenburg, like in the middle of the town, but like way back out on an abandoned road because it's actually like around people and not in like a freaky vampire place. Because there's no freaky vampires in this story. Unless the vampires caused the tornado that stole the baby and the baby is alive, but like undead because it's a vampire. No, I don't like that story. I'm sorry. I take it back. I don't like that story. It's gross. I hate vampires in The Sims. But I think it turned out really cute. So I had fun doing this build. I did it on stream on Halloween. I stream every day, by the way. Twitch.tv/lilsimsie. Except not on Sundays or this week because I'm going to San Francisco. But, anyway, I have a lot of fun streaming builds because we all kind of like hang out and chat and we decide what we want to do and we kind of like make up stories and joke around about it. Like the empty bedroom for the baby is so scary. Like that's like the eeriest thing ever to have an empty baby's bedroom with just the bassinet like stuffed in the corner because the whole house is furnished except for that room because obviously once the baby disappeared they couldn't bring themselves to go back in there and so you know it just stayed empty for presumably like 100 years. I mean I don't know how old this house actually is. It's hard to like date things and do period type houses in The Sims because all of our furniture is like so modern looking and kind of goofy also. Like I don't know, it's hard to like make an accurate period house. Oh, speaking of which, I have a band-aid on my finger. I don't know, you can see it. I'm embarrassed. But I keep picking at the skin on my finger and I keep making it bleed, so I put a band-aid on it so I would stop. It'd be like that sometimes. But this is my shame band-aid, okay? it be like that. Again, you know, who else does that? Do you guys pick the skin on your fingers when you get anxious? Do you bite your nails? Is that just me? I know it's not just me, but I need you to tell me that you do it too so I can feel better about myself. In the comments, what do you do when you're anxious? Let me know. But I made the dining room. It's like slightly off. The table had been pushed by something. Maybe, I don't know, a sudden burst of cold wind. Maybe a ghost, if you know what I mean. But the dining room, it like got kind of pushed aside at some point because it's been just sitting here. And I bet people have like been in, like kids have been in this house trying to like see the spooky haunted house, you know, like they've broken in, possibly broken windows to try and get in, stuff like that. Which don't do that. Don't go into spooky haunted houses. They're spooky for a reason. Oh my god, like someone could have been murdered here for all you know. Stay away. I put like some random footprints, like paw prints, coming from a couple rugs, but like not from doors. So why are there random muddy paw prints coming from like a random rug? Kind of eerie if you ask me. So I bet their ghost dog lives here too. The ghost dog and ghost granny just hanging out in the house, you know, living their dreams. It's not even that freaky, honestly, but like the dead baby thing, I should stop saying dead baby. I'm sorry. But I think the most fun part I had was like placing all kinds of like moldy spots and cracks and things, because I was like putting moldy spots under and around windows because like obviously they're like had been leaking, and I put cracks in the windows and in the wall, and I really had fun doing it. Like it's so fun to decorate things like that. And also these people had awful taste. Like you'll see the bathrooms and the wall in the kitchen, the backsplash, it's terrible. Like, the tile they used, awful. I think that's one of my favorite tiles in the game, because I think it's so ugly. It's so fitting for houses like this. Like, I mean, I'm guessing they built this house, like, maybe in the 1900s, like, 1902, and then they've kind of been living here, like, maybe 2 generations have lived here, and they've kind of renovated it over time, so maybe they updated the kitchen in the 70s or something. Obviously, that stove doesn't look from the 70s, but... who knows? They've, like, slowly been updating it over time, you know, and so there's, like, just weird stuff going on in here. Weird choices, honestly. They don't have a TV or anything, though. I mean, that's the thing also, though. If they had any technology, like, even if they had left this house, like, in 2004, if they had technology here, I bet it would have been stolen by now. Because, like I said, kids have been in this house, like, spooky on Halloween. They're like, ooh, let's go to the haunted house down... Windenburg, you know? And then if they had come in here, they definitely would have stolen things. Like, they wouldn't have left expensive equipment and stuff here, right? That's bad, though. They're gonna get themselves haunted somehow. Like, Granny's going with that TV, and she's gonna get you. I'm telling you right now. The ghost of Granny, beware. Do you think she's evil, or is she a nice... I bet she's a nice ghost. But, like, it's hard to think of ghosts as being nice, because, you know, they do freaky things, and then you're like, oh, we're gonna die, but, like... she just wants to hang out and wait for her baby. That's so sad. Oh, God, I'm sorry. But I put, like, freaky stains in the bathroom and stuff, too. I got to use a lot of items that I never use. Like, the stains from Strangerville and all the cracks from vampires and the spider webs and stuff. I never do any of that. And it was fun to get to put it in here, because it, like, actually fits in this house. And one of the chairs is missing from the table. I'm just saying. It's kind of spooky, but, like, what if that was Baby's chair? And they, like, took it away when Baby died, because they didn't... well... you know, Baby died, they don't know, but she definitely disappeared. They took the chair away when the baby disappeared. Oh, it's freaky, I don't like it. Yikes. Well, you'll see, I made both the bathrooms in the house that same color scheme, and they have, like, awful wallpaper everywhere, and, like, some torn up curtains and stuff. This house definitely is really beat up on the inside, and I guess it makes sense, because it's been sitting here empty for, like, probably 50 years or something, but still... it doesn't look very good in here. And I used that, like, beat-up City Living wallpaper in the baby's room, so it's, like, that pink stripe, and then, obviously, like, just the bassinet in the corner. And I put a little toy in it, because, like, it was the baby's toy, and there's, like, spider webs around it and stuff. I really thought I was so funny for doing that. I thought I was so clever. It isn't even that detail of a house. Like, it's really not that detail of a place. People that do houses like this, a lot of times they'll just fill it with clutter everywhere, and there's, like, crazy junk and haunted, creepy stuff everywhere. And I wanted it to be subtle. Like, I didn't want it to look like a crazy, creepy, junk-filled house. Like, I wanted it to be, like, people kind of just up and left this house out of nowhere, and there's still remnants of them here, and still ghosts of them here, but, like, I don't want it to look like it's been kind of lived in by squatters over the years. I want it to seem like people just disappeared, and all of a sudden the house has just been sitting by itself for 50 years, but it was basically the same as it was when they left, just kind of more run down. I like that about it. And I think it'd be fun to update this house, because you could pretend, like, you could move a sim in here and pretend that they bought the house, and then, like, update it, renovate it to be more modern and stuff, and then, like, keep it haunted, and then you keep having these weird things happen. I would love to play in a house like that in The Sims. It'd be, like, a fun story. Although, I say that, but playing in haunted houses in The Sims would be so annoying, because ghosts would show up and break all your stuff, which is, like, fun for a story, but, like, realistically, ghosts showing up and breaking all your stuff is not a fun experience. Like, why leave my sink alone, honestly? Like, I have to keep fixing things because of you. And when you upgrade them to, like, not break, the ghost can still break them. So you just can't win. You got these crazies. Granny's coming back and breaking my toilet. Why? Anyway, I put, like, a bunch of mail in front of the front door, too. I like the idea of people, like, they had been delivering mail for a while because no one knew that the parents had died or disappeared or whatever happened to them. And so they kept delivering mail here for many years. So there's, like, stacks of mail in front of the front door. I liked that concept. I do a lot of renovations on my channel of people's houses where they build things like this for me to renovate specifically. And a lot of times in those builds, they'll put, like, mail in front of the door and stuff like that. And so I stole the idea. I stole the mail idea, but I used, the mail, like, it's not mail, it's just letters, like, paper on the ground from Strangerville. So it's kind of freaky mail. It's, like, some classified papers and stuff. I don't know, something's going on there. And I hid a painting behind the music thingy. The music thingy? The music thingy. I hid one behind it, because in my head, it was, like, I don't know, maybe it was a picture of the baby. It's actually not, it's just a picture of, like, a couple, but in my head, I hid it behind there, because I was like, they don't want to see this, so they, like, hid it behind the music thingy, because they were, like, trying to get rid of it, but didn't want to actually get rid of it, so they just hid it away. That's kind of spooky, too. I don't know about you guys, but, like, something weird happened here, I'm telling you. But I really had fun picking out all the furniture and stuff for it, because, again, it is, like, a weird, almost period kind of house, because, like, you're picking it furniture that looks old, but it also is kind of ambiguous in the time that it's from, because, like, it could just be a fancy house from any time period, right? But, like, which one? I don't know. I wish that we had more furniture like that, because I love that kind of thing. Like, there's a challenge that people do called the Decades Challenge, where they make a house, right? And you kind of, like, update it through generations, through different decades and stuff, and I really love that, because you'll play, like, with a family from the 70s, and then you get more modern, and you have, like, these, like, older, like, ancient times, and, like, Victorian periods. I don't know. I love the idea of playing Sims like that. But we don't really have much content to, like, fill that void in the actual game. Of course, there's CC for stuff like that, but I'd love to have it in the game. Like, I want to play with historical Sims. We have enough stuff where, like, I don't know, things like Get Together, that old mansion and Get Together, like, that kind of has, like, historical things involved in it. Like, the people that live there, the ghosts, have like, outfits that look kind of historical and stuff, but I wish that we had more things like that. Because I would love that. I would love to play that way. Like, a pack that was, I don't know, instead of Into the Future, like Sims 3, if they had, like, a past one, I don't know how they would pull that off, but I really would enjoy that. I think it'd be so cool. But also, it's kind of weird, like, to go back in time in The Sims. I don't know. But wouldn't that be fun? Because even if you did it like Strangerville, I wouldn't care. It'd be okay, like, if there's, like, one world that was, like, weird and past-like. Because while it's annoying to have things like that, I really didn't like Strangerville. I think if it was more along those lines, like a concept of, like, the past, a history major, might enjoy that more. And, like, the content that would come with it, like, all the build items and the cast things, I would love that. It'd be so cool. Because we have that, like, Wild West stuff now from Strangerville, and that's great for storytelling. I mean, the pack itself, the gameplay, stupid. But the items that it came with, some of them are fun. Like, all the build items, like, the windows and doors are great, and, like, the cast things are cool. But otherwise, freaky plant alien things? I don't think so. Possession? I mean, come on, right? I mean, not really possession, it's just crazies, but... Oh, and this room, I made the bed backwards. I don't know why. It's just, something's just wrong. Something's just off. Like, the bed is backwards. Who knows why? Something happened in there, but the master bedroom has a backwards bed. Oh, maybe because the mom used to sleep facing the window, waiting for her baby to come back. That's really freaky and sad. That's just sad, not even scary. It's just sad. But, like, the mom, she's crazy, okay? And she haunts this house. Like, so it's not just sad, it's scary, alright? I promise it's scary. It does just sound kind of sad, though. I will admit that, honestly. I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention. I didn't want to make a sad story. I wanted to make a scary one. But maybe the best scary stories are actually kind of sad. And honestly, a little bit realistic. I mean, I don't know how many babies get swept away by tornadoes and then I don't know, taken by vampires in the process, but like, you know, at least the mom, her pain, it's real, you know, it really hits you in the feels. I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna renovate this house though. I think I want to make a video where I renovate it because I love that kind of thing. And I just sitting here talking about it, I want to like make a sim that moves in here and then fixes it up and then finds out it's haunted and then maybe even moves out because they can't deal with it. Like I want that. I think I'm gonna do it. You should do it too because we can all like hang out and renovate this house. I look at the hashtag look lilsimsie on the gallery. If you want to post things there, you can do that because I check it periodically and then we can all like do this house this time. It is on my gallery. My origin. If only I could speak. My origin ID is lilsimsie if you want to follow me and like download it and stuff. I put all my builds up there so you can get all of my very high quality, very good, very nice builds that are all very good. I like this one. It's definitely like a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I think it looks really cool. Like I think the screenshots of it look really cool. I think it looks like a freaky haunted abandoned house. And that was the vibe I was going for. So I was proud of myself because I don't do things like this. I mostly just do like little cutesy suburban houses, you know? And so doing a house like this that is freaky and abandoned and not really a thing that I would normally play in is weird for me, but it was a lot of fun to try and do. I've been trying to branch out more with my builds though, because I like to try and do weird things. I think it's fun to like see how you can push the game's limits. This one's very much within the game's limits. There's nothing pushing about this. We've got a haunted trait, we've got all these haunted looking items. Like we have plenty of things to make a build like this, but I've been trying to do more interesting ones. And I like the idea of putting this house in my gameplay, because you could like have like the crazy old lady living here. Like you could make her and then have her live in this house in your neighborhood, and then you could like run into her sometimes and then be like, oh, it's Edith, you know? Ew, freak, honestly. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you a freak, Edith. She also has gravestones in her backyard. Probably for Edith and her husband and then like the son and the baby. I mean, they're all dead somehow. What do you think happened? How did Edith and her husband and her son die? I know the baby got taken in a tornado, but they lived there for a long time after that. So what happened to them? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm actually kind of curious about theories for that. What happened to Edith? Who knows? But on that note, I am gonna go, you guys. Thank you for watching the video. Please make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those funny tube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day, and so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Now I'm worried. What happened to Edith? I'd like to think she just died of old age, but that's kind of sad. Maybe she was murdered. Ooh, that's violent. I mean, you never know. I wouldn't be surprised.